My name is Walsh, and I grew up in Colliers, and I still live there. I got 3 sisters and 4 brothers. Well, usually it'd be vegetables, and then we have our own meat, and my father done a lot of fishing. We always had fish, and we never have really much fruit, but mostly vegetables and meat and all this stuff. Right? And we had our own animals. We had our own fresh milk and butter, right? And eggs, and pretty well that's it. Oh, well, mealtime then, we have breakfast in the morning around 8 o'clock. And then that time, around dinner time, 12 o'clock, we have our dinner then, right? We call it dinner, right? And then around 6 we have supper. Pretty well in the morning, we probably have cereal. And at lunchtime, we probably have Jig's dinner lunchtime, right? Then in the evening, we have, I don't know what we have, probably bologna cooked up and mashed potatoes, right? And that was probably 3 or 4 days a week, right? We have Jig's dinner. Well, every Friday, that was fish day with us. And then we have fish Friday evenings, and then after that we have rice pudding. On Fridays. No, I make good rice pudding. Oh yes, that's why we used to keep all our vegetables when we take them up in the fall of the year in the root cellar, which I still have today, root cellar. And I keep most of my vegetables there when I take them up in the fall of the year. Oh God, the root cellar was built back in the early 90s, 1910, somewhere there. And it was built out of concrete on both sides. And then we floored over the floor with a plank, 2x4. And then we put sods on top of that, and that's how we used to keep our vegetables in the winter time. Years ago, well, I know right now we don't keep any animals now, but years ago we always had a horse. But we always keep a few cows, and a few sheep, and a goat, and we used to have a couple of pigs. And we used to have a few hens, raise a few hens, right? But then anytime in the fall of the year, or anytime, right, we kill an animal, we used to save the blood, and then we make blood puddings. We have those for pretty well the winter, right? My father used to be fishing years ago, right? He just had herring and mackerel and codfish, and pretty well that was the hit back then, right? Because they never bother any like a crab or lobster. If they caught that into a trap years ago, they probably hid away. To rabbit hunting and patterage, and it's only the last few years really they got into moose hunting. Well, the last 20 years or so. And that was another problem I had on the farm. Moose doing a lot of damage, they're eating the vegetables. Years ago, everyone used to help each other out in the farm, in gardens, right? Yeah. Well, one guy would come up and give us a hand to take our vegetables up, and then the same way we'd give the other girls a hand to wake their vegetables up, right? Especially in the fall of the year when the harvest time, right?